Hello, it's Sarah from Allcraft TV, and in today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to crochet this Ocean Breeze hooded pocket scarf. That's right, it's a scarf with a hood and a pocket for extra comfort and warmth. I decided to use Lion Brand Homespun Thick and Quick for the scarf, though I have to be completely honest with you. I would pick up this yarn at my local craft store and put it back down again because I thought, you can't crochet with this. Really? But it turns out you can pretty much crochet with anything, and I am super glad that I purchased this yarn to make this super comfy and super soft scarf. I hope you enjoyed crocheting this scarf, and if you did, please hit the like button and the subscribe button if you are new here. There will also be a written pattern on our blog Allcraft TV, so come and check that out for extra help. And with that, let's get crocheting. To make this crochet hooded pocket scarf, you will need 3 skeins of Lion Brand Homespun Thick and Quick. I use the colorway Waterfall, but you can choose any color that you like. It is a super bulky weighted yarn, and it is soft and silky. There is 227 grams or 8 ounces, and 146 meters or 160 yards in one skein. You will also need a 12mm hook or an 017 hook, a tapestry needle, and scissors. We will begin by making the scarf. So make a slip knot and chain 116. I am just making a swatch to show you the pattern. If you feel like you need your scarf to be longer or shorter, chain in multiples of 2 plus 2 until the chain goes from the middle of one thigh over your shoulder down to the middle of your other thigh. It may be hard to find your chains and your stitches, so I will walk you through that as well. So this is your first chain. That one there is your second chain. And you might just have to feel around for them. This one is your third chain. So for row 1, you want to yarn over and insert your hook into that third chain that we just located. Yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the next 2 loops to double crochet 1. Now go into your next chain along and work 1 double crochet. Now you have 2 double crochets. Go into your next chain and work 1 double crochet. Work 1 double crochet into the next chain along. Work 1 double crochet into this next chain. Just keep working 1 double crochet into each chain along, and I will meet you near the end of row 1. I have a few chains left for row 1, so we need to work 1 double crochet into the second last chain. And work 1 double crochet into the very last chain. If you chained 116 like me, you would have a total of 114 double crochets for row 1. This is obviously just a swatch, so your chain will be a lot longer than mine. For row 2 to 10, you will just need to repeat row 2. So for row 2, chain 2 and turn your work. Now double crochet 1 into each stitch. To find your stitches, find the previous row double crochet, then find the gap located here, and then work 1 double crochet into that gap, which is the stitch of the work. Now find the next double crochet and the gap, and then work 1 double crochet into that gap or stitch. Find the next double crochet and the stitch and work 1 double crochet into that stitch. Just keep working 1 double crochet into each stitch along the row. So into this next stitch, work a double crochet 1. Into the next stitch, work a double crochet 1. Into the next stitch, work a double crochet 1. I will meet you near the end of row 2. I have 2 stitches left for row 2, so into the second last stitch, work 1 double crochet, and now work a double crochet 1 into the very last stitch. You should have a total of 114 double crochets, so make sure you count your stitches. Row 3 to 10 is just repeating row 2. So I will show you row 3 and then I will leave you to repeat row 2 for row 4 to 10. For row 3, chain 2 and turn. Find the very first stitch and work 1 double crochet into that stitch. Work 1 double crochet into the next 113 stitches. So double crochet 1 into the next stitch, double crochet 1 into this next stitch, double crochet 1 into your next stitch, double crochet 1 into your next stitch, and just keep working 1 double crochet into each stitch along the row. I just have a few more stitches, so I need to work 1 double crochet into the rest of the stitches to finish row 3. Make sure you go all the way down to the end of the row. Once you have finished row 3, you should have a total of 114 double crochets. So for this scarf, we are not increasing or decreasing our work. We are making a nice straight rectangle. Now I will leave you to repeat row 2 for row 4 to 10. If you need extra help, just scroll back on the video to find row 2 or row 3 to repeat it. I am just finishing row 10. And once you have finished row 10, chain 1 and pull up the loop. The width of the scarf measures 31 centimeters or approximately 12 inches. And the length of the scarf before adding pockets is 211 centimeters or 83 inches. We are going to be making the pockets. To make the pockets, count 30 stitches upwards on each side of the rectangle and place 2 stitch markers. So this is one side with stitch markers at 30 stitches. And this is the other side of the rectangle with stitch markers at 30 stitches. Fold the bottom of the rectangle upwards on both sides and line it up with the stitch markers. The pockets will measure approximately 28 centimeters or 11 inches in length. Now pull up the loop and cut off the yarn away from the skein to be able to weave the two sides together. So you will need to whip stitch this side together and this side together to form a pocket. To do this, grab your tapestry needle and yarn. Line up the stitches and start whip stitching through both layers of the folded section along the vertical edge. So just keep going back and forth with the tapestry needle and yarn through the stitches to whip stitch all the way to the fold. When you get to the bottom, secure your work and weave in your ends. Cut another length of yarn and use it to whip stitch the other side together. Starting from the top of the opening all the way down to the fold. So you are just repeating the same process that you did on this side. When you get to the bottom of the fold, don't forget to secure your work and weave in all of your ends. You have finished making your first pocket for the scarf. That is one of your pockets for one side of the scarf. All you need to do is just repeat this process for the other side by folding this over and up to the stitch markers, then whip stitching the vertical sides together. I will leave you to repeat this to have two pockets. So this is your first pocket that you did. This section here will go around your body and shoulders, and then this is your second pocket that you did. So you end up with two pockets and this big section here that will go around your shoulders. Now what we need to do, if we put it back to being a rectangle, is to make the hood. Place 2 stitch markers along one edge, 13 stitches up from the opening of the pocket, to mark where the hood will go. So just count 13 stitches from this pocket side upwards and put a stitch marker at the 13th stitch. And then do the same on the other side. You will have 31 stitches from one stitch marker to the next stitch marker. With your yarn, make a slip knot attach the yarn to the first stitch marker by chaining 2. Now double crochet 1 into the same stitch that you chained 2 in. For the rest of the stitches until you get to the next stitch marker, work 1 double crochet into each stitch. So work 1 double crochet into the next stitch, work 1 double crochet into this next stitch, work 1 double crochet into this next stitch, work 1 double crochet into this next stitch. Into this next stitch, work 1 double crochet. And just keep working 1 double crochet into each stitch. I will meet you near the second stitch marker. To finish row 1 of the hood, double crochet 1 into the stitch with the stitch marker. You can see that row 1 is starting to go away from the work and the rest of the scarf. For row 2 to 9, we will just need to repeat row 2. So for row 2, chain 2 and turn. Double crochet 31 across into each stitch. So double crochet 1 into your very first stitch, as the chain 2 is only a turning chain. Double crochet 1 into the second stitch, double crochet 1 into the third stitch, double crochet 1 into the fourth stitch, and just keep working 1 double crochet into each stitch. I will meet you near the end of row 2. If you find that the length of the hood is too big or too small, you can either decrease the amount of stitches that you have or increase them. To finish row 2, double crochet 1 into the last stitch, which will be your 31st double crochet. You can also see that we have started to come up working away from the scarf to make the hood. Now just repeat row 2 for row 3 to 9 to make this section longer for the hood. I will meet you up at the end of row 9. I am just finishing row 9 of the hood. If you find that the rectangle is too loose or not loose enough over your head when you wrap the scarf around you, you can remove a few rows or add rows until you are happy. Once you have finished your 9 rows, you will need to chain 1 and pull up the loop. This section here will become the hood, so we need to fold these 2 corners inwards like this. Then you have this section that will go over your shoulders. Then have 1 pocket, and on the other side is your other pocket. To make the hood, fold this corner over to the middle to make a triangle, and then fold the other corner over to the middle so that they line up. So it will look like you have 2 triangles, one on each side. We need to sew the two pieces together straight through the middle. So cut off the yarn, leaving a long enough tail, and pull the loop through. With your tapestry needle and yarn, starting at the open section, whip stitch along to join the two triangle sections of the hood together. Just keep whip stitching all the way to the top where the fold is. When you get to the fold, tuck the top of the triangle inwards, then whip stitch through that so you don't get the point of the triangle. Now secure your work and weave in all of your ends. Turn the hood right side out, remove the stitch markers and weave in any remaining ends. Once you do that, then you'll be ready to wear this Ocean Breeze hooded pocket scarf. I truly hope you find this scarf comfy, super soft and warm. If you enjoyed crocheting this Ocean Breeze hooded pocket scarf, please hit the like button and the subscribe button and that notification bell to stay up to date with our tutorials. I would love to see your work, so please tag me in an Instagram post or upload a picture to our Facebook page. Don't forget that the Lion brand Homespun Thick and Quick comes in many colours, so you can choose whichever colour you'd like. If you don't want to use that yarn, then you can use another super bulky weighted yarn.
Filming!
Okay, done. Thank you so much for watching. Have an amazing day and I hope to see you next time.